All right, guys, today is Friday, so we're going to be starting with our Your Turn practice workbook. After that, we're going to be taking our 4 tests: spelling, vocabulary, selection, and comprehension. After you take those 4 tests and put them in your ELA Friday test gradebook, you guys will head off to PE. There's only one student who has missing work, so thank you to everyone else who got all their work completed. You guys are going to work on for math. We're going to be reviewing multiples of 7 today. And then we are at the end of the day, I'll think about if we will come back, but for now, I'll only have my ELD students and students with missing work come back at 12. The rest of you guys will work on your online resources. And then make sure that if there are any incomplete or missing assignments that you still have, maybe it's like a Your Turn workbook page or a CRC page from the week, make sure you guys get those done. And then you have your art, health, social, emotional learning activity that you'll do for the week. And then you'll read any book you would like for 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and start off with our Your Turn book. So you can open up your Turn book, or if you're going to be using Kami, you can open up Kami. We are going to be on page 279. Here we go. I'm sorry. Let's do 279 after. Let's start with page 280. Okay, so we're on page 280.
What book, Miss Park?
Your Turn book. Melissa used text evidence to answer the prompt. Would you rather be an astronaut or a mountain climber? So this is what the second grader Melissa wrote. I would rather be an astronaut than a mountain climber. They both seem like hard work, but I think being an astronaut looks more exciting. But I think being an astronaut, I read that different kinds of people can become astronauts. I read that I could become an astronaut too. I could learn how to fly so that I can be the pilot of the space shuttle. I would get to wear a spacesuit with a TV camera in it, but I think I would have to wait until I'm older. The spacesuit is heavier than I am. It weighs 280 pounds. I could also float in a special plane called the Vomit Comet. I hope I don't get sick. To be a mountain climber, you have to do a lot of exercise to prepare. Team Jordan ran long distances carrying heavy backpacks and pulling tires. When they were near the top of the mountain, they had to wear oxygen masks so that they didn't get sick. I would rather float in space than have to pull tires. Circle the sentence that tells the topic of the paragraph. So the question was, would you rather be an astronaut or a mountain climber? So the topic sentence is going to tell us which one Melissa chose. So what is the topic sentence? Would Melissa rather be an astronaut or a mountain climber?
She would rather be an astronaut.
Very good. Can anyone?
An astronaut.
Mountain
climber.
What is the main topic sentence? What is the where is our introduction?
First sentence.
I would rather be an astronaut than a mountain climber. Very good. That is our topic sentence. Tells us, okay, she's going to tell us about how she'd rather be an astronaut. Draw a box around a supporting detail about why Melissa will have to wait to be an astronaut. Why does she have to wait to be an astronaut? But I think I would have to wait until I'm older. Why does she think she has to wait?
Because the spacesuit is heavier than she is.
Very good. The spacesuit is heavier than she is. Okay, underline Melissa's strong conclusion. So a conclusion usually comes where?
At the end of the paragraph.
Very good. I would rather float in space than have to pull tires. So she's basically saying, in conclusion, I would rather be an astronaut than a mountain climber. And the last one, write on the line an adjective that compares. So remember, we used words like stronger or strongest, or bigger or biggest, or smaller and smallest, or tinier and tiniest, or lighter or lightest. Do you see any adjectives like that in the story? She had darker hair. He had the darkest hair in the whole class. Her nails were brighter than my sister's, but my brother's nails were the brightest of all. Or the dog was smarter than the cat, but the mouse was the smartest animal. Which smarter, smartest, darker, darkest, brighter, brightest? Do you see any words that compare?
The sentence with astronaut looks more exciting.
Let's see, they both seem like hard work, but I think being an astronaut looks more exciting. Okay, find an adjective that does compare, but yeah, it does compare. I am looking for the word ER or EST. I'll give you guys a hint. There's one in this box.
Heavier.
Heavier, very good. Heavier is comparing. One is heavier than the other. All right, guys. We're going to move on to page 279 in 30 seconds. All right, I'm going to move on. We are now on page 279. Okay. Wait, right? Yeah. Okay. Read the draft model, use the questions that follow the draft to help you think about details you can add to support the main idea. Teamwork is important for jungle explorers. There are many different jobs for team members. One team member reads maps so that the other team members know where they are. Okay, so what details can we add to make this paragraph better? Why does the team need maps? So teamwork is important for jungle explorers. There are many different jobs for team members. One team member reads maps. So why do you think that team member needs to know how to use maps when they're exploring the jungle? Why would you need a map?
They don't get lost. They need it in case they need it to get home.
Very good. In case they needed to get home so that they don't get lost in the jungle. Very good. What other kinds of jobs might team members have? So there's one that needs to read the map. And then why else?
One needs to lead the group.
Ooh, that's a good one. There needs to be a leader. There needs to be a leader in the group to make decisions, maybe difficult decisions on where to go next or what to do, or if something bad happens, or if they find something, they need to have a leader. Okay. What other details can you add to show why teamwork is important? So why do you think it would be important to work as a team in the jungle? What would happen if you didn't work as a team?
You wouldn't know something and you would do something that you would get lost from your team.
That's true. You could get lost. You could get hurt.
You could get lost and you wouldn't know how to go home, and then you have to live in the jungle.
Ooh, that would be horrible. All right, guys. So this is what we're going to do. Okay. We are going to start with indenting because we're writing a paragraph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Teamwork is important for jungle explorers. And I'll put the whole paragraph in the chat when I'm done. Okay. Teamwork is important for jungle explorers. There are many different jobs for team members. First, one reads the map so that the other team members know where they are, period. Next, so I'm going to add more to it. They also need a leader. And then we'll just keep that sentence short. Teamwork is important so the group stays safe. Let's see how many sentences I wrote. Teamwork is important for jungle explorers. 1. There are many different jobs for team members. 2. First, one reads the map so that the other team members know where they are. 3. Next, they also need a leader. 4. Teamwork is important so the group stays safe. 5. So I just wrote 5 sentences, so that is a paragraph. If you are a fluent writer, you can totally write more. You can tell us about more team members. You could say there can be another team member who is a scientist so that they know how to study the plants and animals, and they can research about them. Or you might need another team member who is really good at building things. Maybe a team member who's very good so that you can build like a campfire, or you could make a tent. Maybe you might need a team member who's really strong so that they can cut the leaves down that are around you. And then you can also put for your conclusion, in conclusion, teamwork is important so that the group stays safe and they get the job done. Why else might teamwork be important in the jungle? So that, yeah, they don't get lost. So that they know what animals that they need to be careful for, so that they can work as a team if someone gets hurt. They can work as a team so that, you know, they don't eat poisonous berries. I know this is going to take you guys a little bit longer to work on since it is a paragraph. So I am going to give you guys a few minutes, but while you guys are doing that, I'm going to talk through what you're going to do next, okay? After you guys are done with your paragraph writing, you guys are going to take your 4 assessments. The first test you're going to take is going to be your spelling test. I'm going to put your spelling test link in the chat. After you take your spelling test, you need to go to Google Classroom, go to classwork, go to ELA, And then you need to open up your ELA Friday test grade book right here. You need to open that up. Okay. Once you open it up, you have to put your scores in Unit 6, Week 3. Okay. Unit 6, Week 3 is the orange ones. You need to open up Unit 6, Week 3. It's going to be the white, orange one. Okay. That's row L. You have to put your spelling test in the white box. Then you're going to take your vocab test. I just put your vocab test in the chat. And then you're going to put that in the orange box. And then once you're done, you're going to log into Connect Ed. You're going to click on To Do. You're going to click on My Tests. And then you're going to take your selection and your comprehension test. After you take your selection test, you're going to put your score in the ELA Friday test gradebook. And then after you take your comprehension test, you'll put your final score in the ELA Friday test gradebook. Once you've put all 4 scores in your gradebook and you've taken all 4 assessments, unless you are my student with missing work, then you guys will be free to head off of Zoom. And then we will come back onto Zoom at 10:15 for math time. Awesome. So if you're already done with this page, you are free to go ahead and begin your assessments.